I want to know who I'm dealing with. You could be an axe murderer.
Cops lie all the time. It's legal and they do it to trick you into incriminating yourself. So today I'm going to test you. I'll show you some of the most common lies the police use, and I'll show you the legal truth behind the lie so you know how to defend yourself. Plus, the final lie is by far the most popular and the one that I see most often when defending my own clients in court. Okay, let's pretend you're waiting outside a bar to give some friends a safe ride home, and the police say something like this.
Am I being detained, or am I free
You're
to
not
go?
being detained. You can leave if you want to, yes.
Okay, thank you. But if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay.
No, you're not free to stay.
This is an obvious lie, because unless the driver is trespassing or parked in an illegal area, he is certainly free to remain. This isn't Mayberry, where Sheriff Andy Taylor can run undesirables out of town. I miss Mayberry sitting on the porch. But then the cop says something stupid like,
I want to know who I'm dealing with. You could be an axe murderer.
This is a classic example of the police accusing you of doing something heinous to throw you off guard and try to get you to prove your own innocence. It's not really a lie, but it's obviously not a true statement. A fan, Razorback, said, even a fish would never get caught if it kept its mouth shut. Razorback is right. But what if the cop then says,
This officer's going to ask you to step out. Need you to step out, step back here to the rear of the car. All right, take field sobriety, okay?
the sergeant isn't exactly lying here. He needs you to take the field sobriety test so he can determine if he can arrest you and pad his DUI stats. But he's saying it like it's a command, like you're just gonna do it. And that's where the lie is. You do not have to take physical field sobriety tests ever. Remember that physical sobriety tests are always optional. But if you refuse, the cop could suddenly try to become your friend.
Okay, sir, I'm really kind of thinking you're impaired. You couldn't answer questions. You can't figure out that you're on the sidewalk. So if you don't let me go ahead with tests, I'm going to have to base it on what I've got, which is what you've given me.
This officer is being extremely manipulative. He's trying to convince you that all the evidence and information he has thus far is enough to have probable cause to arrest you, and the only way to keep yourself out of those handcuffs is to comply with his field sobriety tests. Don't fall for this trick either. Physical field sobriety tests are not mandatory. The officer can definitely order you out of the car. However, he cannot order you to walk the line, stand on one leg, or say the alphabet while hula hooping. And keep in mind this sage advice from Michael Tuggle. It's perfectly legal for an officer who's sworn to uphold the law to lie to a citizen. Think about that. But even if you've avoided getting out of the car during a police encounter, the officer may start lying to try to get himself into your car to poke around.
That's a yes or no. Am I being suspected of committing a crime? Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
At this time, no.
Okay, then have a nice day. Kick rocks. You're dismissed.
Other than I'm smelling an odor coming from your car.
Oh, here we go.
Don't you love how law enforcement officers seem to have noses like bloodhounds? When marijuana was still illegal in Virginia, I saw this all the time. An officer would almost always claim, well, I smell the odor of marijuana, so I'm going to need to search your vehicle. Unfortunately, in areas where marijuana is still illegal, the odor of marijuana coming from a vehicle, based on the officer's own sense of smell, does give the officer probable cause to search the vehicle without a warrant. It's insane. The real problem with the odor claims is there's no way to prove or disprove what he actually smelled. At least police canines are supposed to have records showing whether or not they properly hit on the scents that they're supposed to detect. But there's no such record keeping as far as I'm aware of for the cops. And that's why Lee Larson's comment is spot on. Never trust the government at any level. One of my better quotes from my earlier days. You can go to jail for lying to a cop, but he is immune from anything when he lies to you. But the most popular lie, and the one that I see most often in my practice is,
he's gonna ask you to step out. We're to talk to Lieutenant Brioli. All right? He's gonna make sure you're safe to operate the vehicle.
the lie here is the biggest one that I see in my law practice. He's gonna make sure you're safe to operate the vehicle. Fire! Don't fall for the making sure you're safe line. The police are trying to determine if they can arrest you to pad their DUI stats numbers and try to get one of those great awards from MAD. It's not about your being safe, it's about whether or not they can arrest you. If you want more practice spotting police lies, check out this video. I'll see you over there. And remember, don't talk to the police. And to the AP World History students at Birdville High School in Texas, good luck on your AP exam. And don't give my sister too much trouble.